What up, family? It's your man's Harry B. TLP Sports Club is at you. I'm here. Anyways, welcome to the TLP Sports Club platform, guys, on YouTube. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. Guys, we got to talk about the situation that's going on up in Cleveland. Coach Prime can make a bowl game. He can actually turn this season around, and coaches are getting fired all over the place. Let's talk about it. Before I get started, guys, make sure to smash that subscribe button if you have not subscribed to this here channel. You ain't seen my face in a couple of days, weeks, not months, because I was here not too long ago, but I ain't been here for maybe like a couple of weeks. But here I am back, okay? I'm feeling a lot better. The last time I was here, I was about to go under the weather or over it, however you look at it. But here I am, I'm back. Ain't nothing stopping me. I'm right here, okay? The stuff that I talk about on this here channel, it happens. The stuff I talk about here happens. If it's a prediction, if it's a forecast, the things I say here on this here channel, they happen. So stop playing with me. You're going to put some respect on my name. You understand what I'm saying? I may not be your favorite YouTuber or your favorite football analyst, but when I tell you something, you better hold on to it. And if you are a betting person, you might want to use some of that information, okay? Because when I say it, it happens. I'm just going to start off the top by telling y'all, like my man's Peter Investor M said, hey, yo, Harry B, you said that the Cleveland Browns defense was elite. And, bro, you was right. I said, Peter, thank you so much for reminding me and reminding everybody else. I keep telling y'all, I know what I'm talking about, all right? Now, I might say it with this nice face, okay? And I might say it with a smile sometimes, but that don't mean I ain't serious and I don't mean business. So you better start putting some respect on this here name, all right? I told you that Joe Flacco was not the problem. And he wasn't. Or he isn't. The show wasn't popular at the time. You know what I'm saying? Because you watch football and you analyze things just a little differently than I do. I see things differently. That's why certain people respect me around here. When I say certain things, they take it seriously and they understand what I'm trying to say and do. I had 2 shows. I'm just going to take you back on the journey. I had 2 shows. In the beginning, preseason, I believe it was preseason, I said, hey, look, I dug a little deeper. I dove a little deeper into that roster, that Cleveland Browns roster, and I see some things. If I don't know anything else about football, I know talent. So I dug a little deeper, watched some highlights because I didn't know the Cleveland Browns at the time, and I saw some things and I said, hold up, guys. I know that we all want to jump on the Cleveland Browns and call them trash, but they're not all the way trash. And I gave y'all the pieces that I told you how it could go if certain things happen. I said they got an elite defense. I even wrote it when they were losing on the page. I wrote it on the, why am I pointing this way? The page is not back here. It's up there. I even wrote it on the page. Dallas is in the building. Put some respect on Dallas's name. Tim Smith, what up? What up with you? Coaches are getting fired all over the place. That's who's fired. We're going to talk about that. But give me some chance. Let me get this off my chest. Because when I'm telling y'all things in real time, because the way that y'all consume football is a little different from the way that I consume it because I want to be taken seriously as an analyst. So the things that I say is based in data that I have to consume in order for me to be able to make certain proclamations. So when I go and I consume the data and I look at it and then I watch the players play, then I'm able to make my assessments and I say, oh, hold up. You're not seeing this thing correctly. When the Cleveland Browns were taking L's, I even came back and I doubled down on the things that I said. I said, hold up. First, in the beginning, preseason, I said, wait a minute, guys. The Cleveland Browns have a really good defense. And their offensive line is not that trash. They're okay, right? If the two guards they got can stay healthy, and then Quinshawn Judkins, that guy that got in trouble preseason, if he can come on, and then that young wide receiver can do his thug thizzle, the Cleveland Browns could win some games. I said that it fell on, like, I would say deaf ears. You feel me? It fell on some deaf ears. I said, all right, cool. That's cool. The live didn't get too much, traction. I said, all right, cool. Maybe they're not ready. Maybe I'm ahead of my time. Because everybody watches and listens to the big guys. And they're lazy. I keep telling y'all, these big media conglomerates, their analysts are lazy people. They don't do the work that I do. They don't got my skills. They ain't got the things in my mindset. They don't have that. And they ain't got the time to do that. So all they do is look at last year, the year before that, and say, oh, they're going to suck. I'm not saying they're great. I'm just telling you the difference between what I tell you here and the difference between what all the other analysts are going to tell you, or the Cleveland Browns are going to suck. And then I'm like, come on, man. The second I hear everybody saying this thing is going to be trash, I say, oh, there may be an opportunity here for your man's Harry Bizzle. So I start digging. I said, let me find the little nuances that may be a little different from what everybody else is saying. And I go digging. And I do my research, and I do what I got to do. And then I use the thing that God gave me, my gift. And then I said, okay, I think this is going to be different. And I did 2 shows. It was 3, but I'm going to give you, the other one. I'm going to give you 2 shows, 2 solid shows, where I told you that the Cleveland Browns had a good defense, and the offensive line was not trash. And then I said that Joe Flacco was not the problem. Have you seen Joe Flacco lately? I told y'all the elements that were the problem. There is infighting. There's dysfunction. In order for you to win, there has to be some type of synergy. It has to be agreement within the organization. Yes, you may have all the pieces together, but in order for you to win, there has to be some type of love in the family, per se. You got all the pieces. It's like, I don't want to compare it to Colorado, because the Colorado Buffs are good. Good team. All right. 14.5 points favor Utah. And I'm like, they're doing that lazy thing again. They're not paying attention. Can Colorado come out and lay an egg and yes, that 14.5 points be correct? Yes. But if you're paying attention, you know well that ain't nobody beating Colorado by 14.5 points. Unless it's garbage time when they lead the first half and then they come back and they beat them, and then in garbage time, they just give up and say, all right, cool, you got it. But if you pay attention, if you see the things that I see, if you see it from my side, man, why am I already hyped? Because I ain't been here in a minute and I got to get this show on the road. If you look at it through my lenses, ain't nobody in the Big 12 beating Colorado by 14.5 points. Are you crazy? Have you been watching? Have you been paying any attention? Georgia Tech is ranked. They've been ranked since they beat Colorado. They only beat Colorado by 7 points. Who the heck is Utah? Are you paying any attention? Am I yelling on your side? I try to lower my mic. But man, I've been sick, okay? I was sick like maybe a week ago. And I couldn't come on here to smash on some things. I couldn't come on here to run my mouth. So now I'm mad. Because I see other creators, they're out there, they're getting views and they're getting money. And I'm out here like, dang, bro, I wish I can go on there. And then other times I can't do it because I'm working. And I'm tired when I get home. And I can't mess around and come on me messing with y'all all night. So here I am now. I said, I better go on there. I said, I got up for work early today. I said, you better get on there early so you can go to bed. I got to go to bed early because I got to wake up at like 4 something in the morning to go to work. I wish I didn't have to have another job, but it's okay. It's okay. Apparently, my family got to eat. And the YouTube checks ain't the same like when I first started. So I had to get another job, okay? Excuse me. Daggone it. If you ain't been paying attention to the Colorado Buffaloes, then yes, you can say Utah will beat them by 14.5 points. But if you're a betting person and you say, oh yeah, I think that's correct, you're going to lose some money. The Colorado Buffaloes are a good team. They need some motivation. They need something. I don't know what it is. I have no idea. I wish I could tell you that. I wish that would be one of the things that God would give me, and I would just tell you, but he's not giving it to me. I'm like, God, come on, give me something I can hold on to. I know you keep giving me a lot of crumbs, and I keep making a lot of good sense and stuff like that, but come on, just give me something bigger so I can say it, and then it can go viral. You know, I like when I talk to God, my wife is always like, man, you're always telling God like how you want things to go. And I'm like, yeah, but like, why not, right? Like, why can't you just tell God like, yeah, okay, so look, God, you tell me this thing, like you tell me how Colorado's going to win, and then I say exactly the way that Colorado's going to win or the Cleveland Browns are going to win, and then like what I say goes viral, and all the sports people come looking for me, ESPN calls, and they want to interview me. I'm in my studio in New York, and they call me. I sit right here, and everybody's like, yeah, oh, that's my man's Harry B, because you know how people are, right? Especially black people. They're like, oh, they see me on ESPN, they be like, oh, yeah, that's my man's in them. That's Harry B. Yeah, man, I mess with his channel, and then they start saying like stuff like, yeah, man, I was like one of the first subscribers. You know, people start jousting for position and stuff like that. Yeah, I've been a member like since. Yo, I'm telling you, I'll script the whole thing. It's never happened yet. Oh, yo, man. But God gives me insight. He does. He gives me insight. I look at things, and then I read the tea leaves. And then I look at it again, and I'm like, oh, okay, I see what's going on. And the Holy Spirit starts talking, and I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I'll go with that. And then when I say it, the stuff starts happening. And nobody remembers that it happens except my guy, Peter M. Investor, or Peter Investor M. He remembers the stuff I say because he's always telling me, he says, Harry B., you know you was right on that, right? I'm like, yo, thank you, Peter. Daggone it. But the people that when I say something, they go back and pull the receipts. When I say something, they go on in the comments and like, yo, you're delusional. I'm like, oh, am I really delusional? Okay. Then next thing you know, the joint happens. The Cleveland Browns go out and their defense wins the game. And then you start saying, oh, wow, the guy, how many interceptions, even though it's not the greatest team that they play, we know that, but it doesn't matter at this point, okay? The fact that is that something happened. Okay? The thing that I said happened. I told you the defense was good. They were elite. And then under the comments, you would get that one person, man, you don't know anything about football. I'm like, all right, cool. I don't know nothing about football, so I go by my way. And then I just sit back and relax. I told y'all I'm betting 98% on this channel, and I'm not playing. I know this stuff. I know talent. Yo, stop playing with me, son. And then I came and I sat in this same chair, and then I started the show like this. Maybe not exactly like this, because I don't want to start lying to y'all. But I said some stuff like this. I said, and the Cleveland Browns are going to be benching Joe Flacco. But Joe Flacco is not the reason. He's not the problem. People was like, oh, yeah, how is he not the problem? Have you seen the interceptions that he's throwing? The dude can't run. He's got heavy feet. I think it was like DC Carson that was even putting those stats. He was like, yeah, you don't see how many interceptions Joe Flacco has thrown. And I'm like pushing back. I'm like, yeah, but you're not watching it the way I'm watching it. If you really watch the game and you pay attention to the nuances of the game, Joe Flacco would take off when he finds room. And you know that arm. Joe Flacco got an arm on him. And I keep telling y'all, Joe Flacco is a better quarterback than Dillon Gabriel. They should have never let Joe Flacco go. Okay? I'm leaving Shador out of it for just a second, but I'm just trying to tell you, if we're just judging quarterbacks, you don't bench Joe Flacco for Dillon Gabriel. And I said it, and I said, no, Joe Flacco's a better quarterback than Dillon Gabriel. Why the heck would you bench Joe Flacco for Dillon Gabriel? Are you crazy? I know Shador's not in the picture because Stefanski don't like him. So I gave up. I said, forget about it. Let me just argue the points that I know are facts. Joe Flacco is a way better quarterback than Dillon Gabriel. Dillon Gabriel is he's a game manager. Not even that. The quintessential definition of a backup quarterback is what Dillon Gabriel is doing. Come check my facts. Come talk to me if you think you know football. Come on this channel here. Stop playing with me, son. Let me tell you how it works in the NFL. Your backup quarterback is supposed to play like Dillon Gabriel. Our man's is hurt. You understand what I'm saying? Our man's is hurt. All we need you to do, hand the ball off, throw maybe a few passes, dink and dunk, and that's all we need you to do. Can you handle that? Yeah, coach. Yes, sir. I can do that. Yeah, coach. That's what he's doing. That's what he's doing. Have you heard anybody in the media say, oh my gosh, Dillon Gabriel got his first win? No, they said the Cleveland Browns won, and it was the defense that won. And Judkins, the same guy that I told y'all was going to be one of their guys. I told y'all this. Did y'all pay any attention to me? No, because I'm not one of your favorite. I'm not G. Bush, even though him and I can look the same. You know what I'm saying? Even though I can challenge G. Bush on the look context, I'm like, hey, little G. Bush, I look a little better than you, but you and I are kind of like twins or something. I don't know. Why your cheeks so fat and why my cheeks so fat? That go G. Bush. I don't know. Do I need more vigor when I'm talking to y'all? What do y'all need from me? Talk to me in the chat. Talk to me in the chat. What do y'all need me to do when I'm talking to y'all and I'm telling y'all this information and it's coming through? How should I deliver this information so that y'all can take me seriously? Except my African accent. I'm from Liberia. I love Liberian food. Jollof rice is the best jollof rice. I don't care what the heck Nigeria got going on, Senegal got going on, the Ghanaians got going on. Is it the fact that I just love being African? And I said, put the piquet on the feet? Do y'all not take me seriously because I'm African? Are y'all racist? That's not racist. That's countryist. Are y'all countryist? He said, calm down. Hey, yo. I see y'all blessing all the American guys, all the American content creators. But why y'all treating me like a stepchild? I'm more accurate than them. Why y'all treating me like a stepchild? Because I'm African? Are y'all Are y'all countryist? That ain't right, yo. That ain't right. Y'all like the American guys way better than y'all like this African. I tried my best to speak the English that y'all want me to speak so you can understand what I'm saying. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying my best here. Like, come on now. What we talking about? What y'all finna do? What y'all finna do? Come on now. I'm not totally 100%. I'm so sorry that I'm ignoring y'all in the chat. Oh, man. But y'all don't be giving me no respect, man. I feel some kind of way, okay? I'm emotional, and I can let y'all know that I'm emotional. I don't like the way y'all treat me, okay? I'm in this sphere. I'm here. 20,000 subs. So I'm trying. I'm speaking some kind of English, but y'all like the Americans better. I don't get it. What y'all want me to do? Speak a little differently? Come on now. I don't know how to do this differently, okay? This is just me. Come on, give me some love. Yo, hit that like button, please, okay? I know G. Bush is American and I'm African, okay? But come on now. Give me a break. What up, Adam? T2R9T. Is that a what? What are y'all doing? JD, what up with you? Coach CJ, what up with you? Excuse me. Dillon Gabriel is not doing what the Cleveland Browns need him to do. Let me just get into it, man. Like, first of all, I got some grievances with the NFL. I'm traveling yesterday, so I don't have time to watch the game. I'm like, we stop on the road, and I'm like, look, let me catch Cleveland radio. You know what the daggone radio said? You are not in an area, according to the NFL and its agreements, you are not in an area where you can catch the game. When that start happening? The radio? Like, it's like you think your product is that good that you can't even let the radio go? I just wanted to just hear the announcing of the game. The radio? Like, the NFL is so bad now. You used to be able to just put on regular television and just catch the games. It was great. We had all kinds of people watching. It was wonderful. Now, they're so freaking greedy, you can't even get the radio version. I'm upstate New York. Cleveland is like way over there somewhere. Like, you got to drive forever to get to Cleveland. So I'm not in their area. So when I'm not at home, I can't catch none of their stuff. My goodness. So I got to depend on like scores and then these little dotted lines that they put on there, like ESPN be trying to put on there. Oh, they just kicked the field goal. I'm like, bro, really, son? And then I got to watch highlights so I can come on here. I can talk to y'all the way I need to talk to y'all and give y'all the accurate information that I've been giving y'all. But Dillon Gabriel, listen, man, look, I know we all started off joking and we started saying some things and like, you know, we're like, hey, yo, because we're Shador fans, some people taking it personally, DC, some people taking it personal. Oh, why don't you give Dillon Gabriel a chance? He tried to, yada. Okay, fine. I'm not even on the Shador wave anymore. I'm just trying to talk about Cleveland and what they're doing. I know Shador's going to do his stuff. I know that. You know that. But why come, let's use that English, why come the Cleveland Browns and Stefanski don't know that? Let me ask y'all a question. If you took Shador out of the picture, if Shador was not the next guy up, if he was not in the picture, let's say it was Jackson Dart or somebody else, not the Jackson Dart that you know of now, but let's just say it was somebody else. Do you think Dillon Gabriel would have played 3 straight games? I'm asking for a friend. That's a serious question. Do you think that Dillon Gabriel would play 3 straight games, or better yet, play the entire game the way he's been playing without trying that other guy? That's a serious question. Can somebody please help me out with that answer? Because people get triggered with the name Shador. We know that it's a firebrand. We know it's a trigger because we're talking about Shador. But I'm just talking about if you just a Cleveland Browns fan, right? And the way that Dillon Gabriel has been playing, it seemed like somebody's scared. It seemed like Stefanski's afraid. Everything we've been talking about and all of the pushbacks that we've been getting, he ain't ready. He don't know the playbook. It takes a lot of time to learn the playbook. You know how long it takes to get to know the playbook. Yada, 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 yada. Riddle me this. I think some of y'all know where I'm about to go. Joe Flacco goes to Cincinnati, the Cincinnati Bengals, the rival. Within 1 week, he wins his first game. Well, within 2 weeks, I'm sorry. Within 2 weeks, he wins his first game. I understand that he's a vet. So, yes, you're going to move the goalpost on the conversations we've been having about playbook. Because one of the elements or one of the nuances that I said, listen, I get the thing about the playbook, but if you got an athlete that you know can play the game, you can curve your playbook around the athlete while you give him chance to learn, right? Because you're telling me in 1 week, unless the Cincinnati Bengals runs the same system, and I'm sure somebody about to tell me over here in the chat, unless the Cincinnati Bengals run the same system as Stefanski, you're telling me that Joe Flacco, because he's an NFL veteran, he pretty much knows the language of the Cincinnati Bengals playbook, and he can run it just like that on a whim. Go there overnight, and all of a sudden, he's the starter, and he can win a game. And their guy that they benched him for, right? It takes 3 games for him to win, and he can't score a touchdown. Come on, Sway. Come on, Sway. So that debunks everything y'all been saying about this darn playbook, because I'm saying if you have an athlete in Shador, right? And you're saying he's having trouble learning the playbook. What I see through Flacco and the Cincinnati Bengals, that means like you can take a limited set of plays and you can run it through Shador because you know he's a pure winner and he's an athlete, much better athlete than Dillon Gabriel. Is obvious. If you don't see that, then maybe you and I need to go see if that bridge that's in Brooklyn, if that bridge is still for sale, because you crazy if you don't think that Shador is a better quarterback than Dillon Gabriel. Like, if you don't know that by now, there's something wrong with you, bruh. Like, you need another therapist, another one. But yeah, so all of that talking stuff that all about the playbook, about the playbook, you know what I'm saying? I can't say like y'all Americans because I'm African, and all y'all the playbook, y'all the one you want to hear it, but the playbook. That's going through the wind, or going with the wind. Because Joe Flacco went over to Cincinnati. I heard it was 243 miles down the road or up the road, wherever. I don't care. And he's winning. So what the problem is? If you need your defense to keep winning games, scoring touchdowns, how long that's going to last? I told you the defense was elite. I told you the defense was good, and they are good. But you have to play complementary football. The reason why sometimes the defense can't do what they need to do is because every time they get the ball, give it right back. The offense can't move the ball. The offense can't do nothing. Stefanski's afraid of Dillon Gabriel's accuracy. You haven't seen that yet? See, look at JD. The Browns are a bad team. They don't have a good offense at all. What is the remedy for that, JD? The remedy for that is things can change because you could have said, see, that's what I'm saying. That's how you watch football. These blanket statements, I'm not picking at you, JD. Y'all take these blanket statements and y'all do this. Y'all just take the blanket statements and just put it on the entire thing. The Cleveland Browns do not have a bad team. I'm about to prove it to you. Watch. Y'all do this. This is how y'all do. That's how y'all watch football. Oh, they're a bad team. You could have said the same thing about the Cincinnati Bengals until the Cleveland Browns starting quarterback went over there and changed it overnight. You could have said the same thing about UCLA until that coach was fired. Y'all see where I'm going with this? You could have said the same thing about my New York Giants until Jackson Dart entered the picture. Y'all see where I'm going with this? It's not always that black and white. There are nuances. There are synergy things. There are things to consider. And if you know how to pick out those things, if you pay enough attention, you can pick them out. Unless I'm just that good. Now, I could be just that good, and I can pick out the thing on each team and tell them, this is your problem. That's literally what my master's is in. I come into an organization and I can tell you what is going on with your communication or with your organization, and I can tell you what's wrong, and you fix it, and your organization will flourish. Apparently, I got the same thing with football. The Cleveland Browns don't suck. They do not suck. They have a problem internally. It's a cancer internally. If you get rid of the cancer, the body might survive. The Cleveland Browns don't suck. The Cleveland Browns are your, let me get the right American word, because I know y'all like to hate on me because I'm African. The Cleveland Browns are your standard. Is this standard? The Cleveland Browns are your, what is the word? The standard NFL team. Help me out. Like, you know, like there are like the average NFL team. Okay, I think it was average. That's what I'm looking for. Y'all don't subscribe to me because I'm African. I figured it out. I think it's because I'm African. I see all of the American channels, they're flourishing, and the African is in the corner like, hello, I'm here. Hello. My brother, I like the views too now. My brother, I like the subs, oh. Hey, help me out, though. I know you like the Americans, but come on now. I'm here too now. Hey, my goodness. The typical? Nah, I don't like typical. I would just say they're like the average NFL team. You know what I'm saying? Because what the NFL, you're gonna get, like, okay, you get your elite teams, you get your really bad teams, and then you get like the in-between teams. And what are those teams made of? Those teams usually are just missing one or two things. But if the body is not cancerous, they can win. I've seen teams like the Cleveland Browns. They had good chemistry. They loved each other. They played for each other, and they win games. But they didn't have no. What I'm about to say is even crazy. They didn't have no superstars. But guess what? The Cleveland Browns have superstars. Judkins is a superstar. He about to be your rookie of the year. Garrett is the superstar, bro. You got a few superstars among that team. That's all you need. Every team needs a few superstars amongst, and then you need some serviceable, thank you, DC, serviceable players to fill in. Like Coach Prime was telling his people, hey, on defense, we just need 7. On offense, we just need 7. We don't need 11. We just need a few influential people, and then we'll fill it in with the rest. The Cleveland Browns are your average, or your, what is the other word that I just used? If not the average, your typical, not the typical, but like your, what was that word I used? Give me a second, guys. I'm not 100% yet, so I didn't want the mucus to be killing y'all like it killed me last time. But yeah, I'm trying to tell y'all, like, the Cleveland Browns are not a bad team. The Cleveland Browns have a cancer inside of them. They have a cancer. They're your average NFL team. The Cleveland Browns is your average NFL team. All right? You got a superstar on the offense. You got a superstar on the defense. That's all you need. You got a good coach. He's a good coach. Like, he's a good coach. He just doesn't know how to handle issues. He can coach football, but he's not a coach outside of football. Like, maybe he needs somebody who can be his mouthpiece, because he's terrible at it. He doesn't know how to handle situations. He doesn't understand how to manage men. He don't know how to do that part. He's like that little geeky little kid that you want to smack around. He's smart. You want him to do your homework, right? So you want to keep him around. But when it comes time for like the man stuff, like, you like, yo, son, get up out of here, bro. Like, get up out of here. It's time for us to do some man stuff. Like, he don't know that part. You can see it. The dude is smart at football. Give him the CEO part, the Coach Prime part. It's like if you take Coach Prime, take Stefanski's football brain as a coach now, not the player. Take the football brain as a coach, and you mesh those two, the Cleveland Browns will win the Super Bowl. I'm trying to tell you. You need a man's man CEO who can handle situations, who can put out fires, who understands how to handle big situations. But then when he put those headphones on, and he's on that sidelines, he's straight genius. He's having an issue dealing with the outside, and it's affecting his football on the field. That's why they're losing. There's cancer within them. Oh, man, I wish y'all understood, man. That's why I said, when I'm saying these things, I know, like, maybe if I was a light-skinned African, maybe y'all would listen. But I'm trying to tell y'all, this is what's happening. The Cleveland Browns are not a bad team. They have the pieces to win football games. They are your quintessential, standard, average NFL team. They got everything they need to win football games. They do. And I think they're just a little bit above average, because most like your average, your standard, they don't have an elite defense. And if you've heard the phrase, defense wins games, they have the defense already, but they're playing around. They don't even know how to mesh talent together. They don't know. Stefanski he got caught up in a situation. Something is blinding him. He has Shador there. He doesn't even want to give him a chance. I ain't saying he got to be your starter, but he doesn't even want to give him a chance. Even when the game is, I don't even think you're going to see Shador on the field when the game is, if they score 100 points, you will not see Shador. You will not see Shador because of Stefanski's insecurities about Dillon Gabriel. I'm trying to tell you. Stefanski is so insecure about Dillon Gabriel and trying to protect his mans that even when the game is out of control, is out of reach, he will not put Shedeur in because he's afraid that if Shedeur comes in and does anything good, it's going to dominate the media. And Stefanski does not know how to deal with the media. He don't know how to answer questions. He doesn't know how to deal with stars, superstars. He don't know how to deal with them. I'm watching a clip of Stefanski after the game, and I hear this. He goes, yeah, he sounds like so young. I feel so bad for this guy. He said, y'all should play for each other. You know, like that viral clip that he got out. Y'all should play for each other. Y'all should celebrate each other. Y'all should. I said, hey, yo, that's what you're telling your mans in them after y'all win? Y'all should celebrate each other? How about you as a coach, you have to set the temperature in your locker room. It's your job to set that locker room the way that it's supposed to be set. So you ain't got to tell your people to be playing for each other and celebrating each other. The reason why they don't celebrate each other is because you have a divisive or divisive a spirit within your locker room, and you are the one that have set that in motion. You're responsible for that divisive spirit that's in that locker room. That's why those dudes are not on each other's page. You've divided your locker room and you don't even know it. And you gotta tell your players, y'all should celebrate each other. Y'all should play for each other. Y'all, you know what? Y'all should, you know, when y'all do something great, y'all should give each other high fives. I said, this don't sound right. Something ain't right about this clip. I said, this is the head coach. He talking about the players should celebrate each other. What? What you talking about, Willis? A family is a family, bro. And you gotta set that. You gotta set the motion, the vibes in the locker room. You're responsible for the vibes in the locker room. But I keep telling y'all, he ain't built for that. And y'all not listening to me. Stefanski's not built for that. He's just a little geek that knows football. Other than that, he's not a man. He's not a leader of men. Yeah, man, y'all should celebrate each other. When y'all do something, y'all should high five each other. The heck? Yo, that's too late, bro. That's way too late. Off season, preseason. You call meetings, y'all hanging out, y'all doing things. You gotta encourage that. You got to set that in motion way before the season starts. These dudes should know each other. I know they're professionals, but even professionals that play for each other, if the team is lacking anything, when there's chemistry, they win tough games. The offense is intact. The offense is in sync with the defense. And they're fired up. When the defense is doing their thug thizzle, the offense is on their feet like ready to go to war. Oh, if you touch my mans, I'm about to get you, son. I'm about to get you, sucker. That's American. Can I get a like for that? I came here in 1989. Come on now. Let me get some love. Let me get some American love. Y'all stop hating on this African. Come on now. Hit the subscribe button, man. I'm doing the best I can out here. Stop hating on me because I'm African. Y'all the country sis. Y'all not racist. Y'all the country sis. Y'all blessing all the American dudes and y'all leaving me in the dust. That ain't right. I wish there was somebody I can tell. My man Jimmy Cleveland's back in the building. See, Jimmy Cleveland loves me, okay? He don't care that I'm African. But y'all be hating on me, man. Hey, man, I appreciate you. He said he's at work, but he had to check in. Hey, yo, salute, man. That's my man's in him. Stefanski is a two-time, RMJ said, Stefanski is a two-time coach of the year. He is known around the league as an offensive guru. He knows football. Stefanski is a good coach. But he's not a leader of men. And he is not a quarterback whisperer either. He ain't no quarterback whisperer. But if he's a quarterback whisperer, then guess what? He's too low. Hey, I think you're good. The Browns can make the playoff. Of course. I believe it. I try to tell y'all that. But y'all not listening because you're hating because I'm African. That ain't right. I'm trying to tell you, the Cleveland Browns are not a bad team, bro. They're not a bad team. They have all the elements they need to win games. Stefanski needs to grow a set, bro. Stefanski needs to grow a set. Just like I told y'all about Kaden Salter. Kaden Salter has all the mechanics, everything he needs, but he need to grow a set. He moves like a female, bro. I'm trying to tell you. I know talent, bro. I know talent, even coaching talent. Stefanski can coach football, but he's not a leader of men. He's not. He isn't. All right? He needs somebody like a Coach Prime. Bravado. You know what I'm saying? Swagger. Confidence. A confident man steps into a room. You feel his aura. You know what I'm saying? You feel his aura when he steps into a room. And this has nothing to do with size, what if he's a big man or not. No, a confident man within himself can step into a room and you can feel his aura. You can feel that he's a man's man. He steps into a room, he ain't got to say much. You already know. That's just how it goes. Stefanski steps into the room. He don't even know how to handle this quarterback situation. He don't know what to say. They're asking him questions. A man's man, a leader of men would have set that locker room ablaze. The offense and the defense, they would be in sync. They would play for each other. High fives will be going on. You ain't got to tell them whether to high five each other. You ain't got to do none of that. Because you already set that in motion. It's the way you lead men. All right? You don't get a young bull like Shador comes into the door. They're asking you questions because his stardom is much, much bigger than everything that you've ever dealt with, and you don't even know how to deal with that. So you're sitting over here like you don't even know how to deal with, like you're telling you tell the media that Shador's going to be QB number 2 on a Friday? On a Friday? Like, come on, my guy. You got to have more confidence than that. You got to know what you want, man. What are you afraid of Shador for? What do you know that we don't know? Why is it that you're telling secrets? What is it about Shador that you can't say anything? Forget about his fan base and just lead your team. But you're moving weirdly, man. You're moving weird. Stefanski has a losing coaching record. He is not. This is JR Boxing. JR Boxing, what up with you? He is not a good coach. He may know X's and O's, but he's not a good coach, bro. Let me unpack that, because JR Boxing is one of those people that I can blame too, even though he has insight. Come at me, JR Boxing. But you know, they like to throw blankets too. Like, come on, JR Boxing. The thing that makes a good coach, all right, he knows football. But a good coach, if I'm saying he's a good coach, that means that he knows how to make football things happen on the field. So if you're using, he's not a good coach in the sense that he's not a leader of men, then I can meet you halfway. But I cannot say he's not a good coach. I believe he's a good coach. Coaches usually, like, they're on the field, they can make moves, and they know how to affect football X's and O's. That's what they know how to do. But coaches also have to understand how to lead men, or if you're a coach of women, how to lead people. I feel like Stefanski is lacking in that category. But when it comes to the football product on the field, he can do that. The reason they're not winning because I feel like he's too tied with Dillon Gabriel. Let me handle this business real quick, and then I'll come back. I'll finish my thought. Jimmy Cleveland, thank you for the super chat again. Once Shador gets in, and then it's over with for Dillon. That's why he didn't put him in. Fans were wearing 12 standing by the owner while fans shouting, "Push Shador in." You see that? Let me answer that real quick, and then I'll go back to my thought. I was talking about Stefanski. I don't want us to set up Shador for failure, because the last time we saw him, Stefanski set him up for failure. He did a David. He did a David in the Bible, and then he did a thing for in the movie 300. He put Shador in the front of the war, and he pulled the army back so Shador can get killed. Not metaphorically, not actually get killed, but literally they're about to kill him. So he set him up because he knows that the last thing that you remember would be how poorly he played, and then we could elevate Dillon Gabriel because he gave Dillon Gabriel all the tools he needed to play decent. So we remember him playing decent. We forgot about the I think it was the Philadelphia game. We forgot about the game where Shador and Nike were about to interrupt and explode the world. We forgot about all of this, and all we remember was Shador running for his life, like back in Boulder. And Stefanski went and he went in the bathroom, and he was like, that's what happened. Like, literally, that's what happened. Okay? I told you everything I say here is true. He went in the bathroom and he was chuckling. He set that whole thing in motion. And the last thing all of the announcers that were giving Shador the job already, he's the franchise and everything. They forgot about all of that, and all they remembered was the fact that Shador did poorly in one game. How do you evaluate a quarterback based on one game? How do you give Dillon Gabriel the quarterback job based on one game? He did poorly in the beginning. They gave him all the tools he needed, and he still did poorly. Shador comes up. He doesn't have all the tools, but he still does what he does, and we know what he can do. He still does his thing. But then you pull back the team, and you leave Shador out there to get burnt. And that's the last thing we remember. So now you sent your pundits to go out there, your analysts, to say, oh, it's night and day. Dillon Gabriel is all of a sudden, he's the man. So now you're crashing and burning with Dillon Gabriel. Dillon Gabriel cannot throw past the 10-yard line. Stefanski doesn't trust him to do that. So everything we see, if you see the yellow line, that's a superimposition. That's what we used to call it for TV. They superimpose that yellow line. Every time you see that yellow line, just know that Dillon Gabriel is going to throw the ball within that yellow line, and every now and then they're going to throw it past the yellow line. That, my friend, they call it ding and dunk. Short passes, because Stefanski doesn't trust him. If you trust me, prove it to me. If you are G, this is how you prove it to me. That means that Dillon Gabriel is not a G. So Stefanski don't trust him at all. If you've seen Dillon, look, I'm trying to tell you, I think it was it the Steelers that they played? It was the Pittsburgh Steelers. How do I know? Because that's Phil So Real's team. All right. And remember, guys, every week we're going to be doing the fill in the real, the fill in the scores. So look out for that. I want to say salute to my guy Phil So Real for the fill in the score thing that he did for us last week. We're going to have another one coming. But that's his team. That's how I remember. The Pittsburgh Steelers DBs could not catch the ball. That would have been 6 interceptions. Now, have you realized that Dillon Gabriel has been throwing interceptions for the last 3 games? Have y'all been paying attention to Dillon Gabriel throwing interceptions for the last 3 games? Dillon Gabriel would have been out of the game already. Like, he would have been an afterthought. If those DBs would have caught those balls, every time he threw an interception, if it would have been an interception, Dillon Gabriel's career would have been done. Y'all ain't been paying attention to that? Hey, Jimmy, man, I appreciate you, brother. Love Moves. See, my girl's back. My girl Love Moves is back. Bravo. I don't have the little sounds. The little sounds here. I got to upload some sounds. All right, so give me a second. I'm going to, when I have like, I'm going to have those little radio sounds. But let me just give you a clap for this. Stefanski has put his entire career on the line. I thought about this. I had this thought this week because I kept thinking to myself, I said, what is going on with this? Why is this guy going so hard for this dude? That's why I asked you earlier. I said, if Shador was not the number 2 or the next guy up, would Dillon Gabriel still be playing? The way he's been playing, like, will he still be playing? Anyways, Love Mo says, Stefanski has put his entire career on the line over Dillon, Dink and Dunk, Gabriel. Shaking my head. Bravo, bravo. He is going all in. And I'm like, all right, look, forget about the fact that I'm a Shador fan. Forget about the fact that I just love the Sanders. All right? Forget about that for a second. I know it's hard for y'all to do that because, you know what I'm saying, it's really hard for y'all. But let's just be frank. Dillon Gabriel is getting the job done? Bruh, I have not seen football the way that it's being played in Cleveland. Every time Dillon Gabriel is on the field, he seems like he's too short. Like, the dude has to literally jump to throw the ball. Am I speaking facts or am I speaking facts? The dude has to literally jump to throw the ball. And when he throws it's like the pass design, the design pass plays for him, they don't go far enough. You ever seen those memes where the short people, the dwarf, I don't know if it's right to call them midgets nowadays because everybody's identifying as something else. So I don't know. We used to call them midgets. So for the sake of, if I'm offending any communities, I'm sorry. Just for the sake of what I'm trying to say, midgets. Let me just use the word midgets. Y'all seen those memes with the midgets where, like, somebody would throw a baseball, right? And then the midget would pick up the baseball and throw it, and then, like, it'll be like a Fruity Pebble. Like, those are really, really mean. When you see them, when they'll change the frame to where you will see them throw like a Fruity Pebble or something like that. Yo, those are so mean. But it's like, Dillon Gabriel is like a small little dude out there. It's little people. Okay, little people. So my apologies for calling y'all midgets. I just had to use that just to kind of get my point across. But little people. So, like, when Dillon Gabriel throws the ball, it reminds me of, like, okay, Shador throws the ball and it goes, like, let's just say 45 yards. And then you change the frame and it goes to Dillon Gabriel throwing the same ball, but for him, Shador's 45 yards is Dillon Gabriel's 9.5 yards. I'm like, I said, wait, am I watching football here? Because every time the Cleveland Browns throw the ball, it's always within that yellow line. And it's boring football. I don't know how y'all can watch Cleveland football. It's boring. Every single pass, like, come on, my guy. What are we doing? I'm like, come on. I said, open up the field. Open up the field. Open up the field. Throw it down, because I like to watch football when I know that the deep ball is a threat. With Cleveland, there's no deep ball threat. It's like everything is within that yellow line, and I'm like, what is going on right now? I don't forget about Shador, and I'm trying to enjoy the game. But how can you enjoy Cleveland Browns football? Everything is a dinking and dunking. Like, come on, man. It's crazy. This is not how football is supposed to be played. At least when Joe Flacco was in the game, I knew that if a wide receiver took off, Joe Flacco would try to find him with that arm. Unfortunately, they dropped the ball. But now, they're not dropping the ball in Cincinnati, my guy. I love when I'm right, though. I really do. I told y'all Joe Flacco wasn't the problem. Because he's doing the same passes he was doing in Cleveland. Not in Cleveland, but in Bria. Well, with the Browns, okay? Whatever. Okay, they're both in Cleveland, okay? Leave me alone. He's doing the same passes. And what's happening? The receivers that they got over there in Cincinnati, 243 miles down the road or up the road or whatever, they're catching the ball. So now all of a sudden the dynamics change, and now you can't say that Joe Flacco sucks. You see that blanket y'all was throwing earlier? Now you can't just throw that blanket. So what was it? Is it the receivers? It's not always 100%. It's not always black and white. Joe Flacco didn't all of a sudden become good. Daniel Jones with the Colts ain't all of a sudden good. It's the thing that I try to tell y'all, that I don't just watch football. I'm looking for chemistry. I'm looking for the nuances. I'm looking for synergy. I'm looking for things that makes me go, huh? You know, that thing that make you go, you know what I'm talking about, right? I'm looking for things to try to say, nah, you're not calling this the right way. It's not just wins and losses and da. It's not just that. Oh, the Philadelphia Eagles, they won a Super Bowl. But I started looking closely at Hurts, and I said, well, wait a minute. I never really looked at Hurts that real good. You know what I'm saying? But when somebody's winning, you just crown them. You say, oh, he must be the best. And I text DC and I said, DC, I don't know, bro. Your boy sus. I said, I really haven't looked. I've done that lazy thing that all the big time analysts do. That lazy thing they do, where if you see wins going up, you just say, oh, they must be the best. I started to do that because I said, oh, they're winning over there. So, but when I actually sat down and watched the game, I said, wait, I don't know what's happening with Philadelphia. My family lives there. I said, I don't know what's going on, but Hurts is a low sus for me. I've never watched him. I've never sat down and really take a look the way that I analyze talent. But when I finally did, I said, did I miss something? Or did I follow the crowd? And I hate the crowd. When the crowd is going this way, I'm going this way. I never follow the crowd. The stream is going that way, I'm going this way. Not just because I want to, it's because I always know that, there's more to this than just that, brother. There's more to this than just that, brother. So I don't know. And I know Gilly might try to come for me, but dude, I gotta watch more Jalen Hurts now, because I need to know the thing you're seeing, if it's real or not. Because the last time I watched him play, I said, something right. Ron Tate, what up with you? All right, what Ron Tate say? You know, there's a stat out there now where they keep if a ball is not intercepted, but It could have been intercepted or it should have been intercepted. They keep that stat also. Is there? Where do I find that at? All right, Love Moves, what you say? The tape is out. All any team has to do is shut down the run because Dillon is zero passing threat. All safeties and cornerbacks can come up inside the chain. Yo, Love Moves is Denzel in what's that movie? What's that man, what's that spiritual movie that he's in? she coming out with the Beretta. She's just picking up. Dang, what is the movie, man? What is that spiritual movie that Denzel's a spiritual guy? He had to remember the whole Bible. Y'all gonna tell me soon. I'm sure y'all will. Okay, so JR Boxing wants to challenge me again, bro. I'm trying to tell you, bro. I'm trying to tell you, my confidence is growing, bro. You might. I'm gonna have to do a show where you and I just debate. All right. I'm gonna have to maybe do a subscribers only show where I bring on some of my favorite people and I say, all right, we've been on panels, but it's you and me today. Let's go. JR Boxing, I'm telling you, or DC or Phil, this is not what y'all want. I'm telling you, this African will fry y'all. So is QBR stat? QBR stat. The Book of Eli. Look at Ron Tate. The old man has come through. The Book of Eli. Yes, my guy. Oh, you're not just old, my guy. You got wisdom. You definitely missed. Okay, all right, JR Boxing, you're up. You're up. You're up. Hurts is legit. I ain't said he wasn't legit. I said sus. Okay? Because I don't have enough data yet. I don't watch him. I don't watch him. You watch the Super Bowl, that's not enough. Okay? When you come to the Super Bowl is not where you watch quarterbacks or you watch talent to see if they're good or not. That's not when you watch. For those of y'all who don't know football well enough, you don't watch the Super Bowl to judge talent. All right, people are too hyped. There's too much energy. Those are not the same players. Okay, those are superheroes. Those are superheroes. They're playing. Their girlfriends are watching. Their side pieces are watching. Everybody's eyes are on this TV. All right. By the time you get to the Super Bowl, this is not what you watch for talent. That's not how this works. Okay. Take it from me. When your side piece and your girl's watching, you play differently. All right. Anyway, he can. Okay, what did he say? He can't help the offensive coordinator for Philly is bums. It's buns. Saquon is not even producing this year. Oh, so the offensive coordinator is buns now. Oh, okay. Did they change offensive coordinators from the Super Bowl? Somebody help me out. Did the Philadelphia Eagles go out after the Super Bowl and hire a new OC? Is that really what's going on in Philly? Somebody help me out because I don't know Philly. I know enough to burn you, to lure you in. Yeah. Like I told you, my family's Philadelphia Eagles, okay? So I know enough to fry you if I have to, but I can lure you in. Is that really what's going on in Philly? Oh man, I'm telling you, JR Boxing, this ain't what you lucky. I gotta go to sleep, so I don't want no panel out here tonight. Let me just run my mouth and get up out of here. I gotta get some work again. Love Moon says you're reaching. Then my favorite person said you're reaching, so you're reaching. It's a wrap. If Love Moon tells you you're reaching, you're reaching, bro. Love Move has been cooking this year, though. Love Moves, man. Where you been hiding? I gotta get a woman's panel. Love Moves, Shantae. What's the Dr. Rucker? I gotta get Dr. Rucker back up here. I gotta get a whole ladies panel up here. And let me let Love Moves like moderate. You know what I'm saying? Because The ladies are impressing me around here. Oh, okay. Here we go. He said, yes, the offensive coordinator is now the Saints head coach. Okay. All right, JR Boxing, you get a point. Somebody who's keeping score. Score one for JR Boxing. Score one for JR Boxing. Erica Ransom said, hey, that would be dope. And even Erica Ransom. Okay. All right. So they got, so there was a promotion. So the offensive coordinator, because usually when you're winning, that's what happened to what's his name? Hello? Oh, they don't want me. That's what happened with Eric Bieniemy, right? Because of the winning. When you win a lot, they think that you're good, so they give you a chance, and then you go stink it up, and then they say, all right, whatever. they say, oh, we tried. It didn't work out. DC Carson Music is in the chat. He's one of them people. Only W's count. If you win, you're good. If you don't, you suck. I'm guarding myself because I know I ain't got no panel tonight, so it's only me. And don't you even text me, okay? I don't want no problems. Light skin African Americans, y'all scare me. Anyways, y'all some house Negroes. Y'all know, don't play with me. Kellen Moore, the previous Eagles OC, went to the Saints. If you don't know that, you ain't cooking me or JR. Oh. Score one for DC. Put one on the board for DC and JR Boxing. Yes. See, at least I'm man enough to recognize I'm cooking myself. I appreciate that. So JR Boxing and DC got one of me. Okay. All right, calm down. I said I didn't watch Hurts, okay? Calm down. I'm not a Philadelphia fan, okay? So don't make me snatch that one I just gave y'all. Come on now. Oh my goodness. I'm telling you, if I pay attention to these teams, there's nothing y'all can do for me. There's nothing you can do to me. I'm trying to tell y'all. I've been telling y'all. And DC, you know. And DC, tell the truth. Where did I rank Alabama preseason? I'm going to wait for this. DC, tell me where I ranked Alabama preseason. I got the tape. I got the footage. Do not let me release the footage. Where did I rank Alabama preseason? And where did I rank Texas? I keep telling y'all don't want it with me. Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm telling y'all. where Alabama is not number one right now, but if you want to play Alabama right now, good luck with you. Okay, good luck to you. All right, that whole FSU thing was a fluke. Okay, but I knew. I knew. Come on, y'all. Come on. I'm trying to tell y'all. Okay. I forgot. I got the tape. Like we recorded the whole thing. We recorded at least 2 or 3 episodes. I have not released the episodes yet. And I might just release it when the season is over just for kicks. Me and DC and Phil, we got episodes out there. All right. I think I said Ohio State was either number 2 or 3. I think so. But Texas? Come on now. Y'all gonna see, man. Y'all gonna put some respect on my name, okay? Y'all don't. Anyway, look, man. I gotta go to sleep, but let me tell y'all something. I'm gonna end on something that I need y'all to understand. When it comes to what's happening to Shador, it's not normal. All right. If you look at what's happening to Cam Ward, this is something that happened. Let me just tell y'all this, and then I'm out of here. And please hit that subscribe button if you haven't subscribed to the channel. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know y'all see me. Y'all like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Who is this dude? Whatever. Hey, man, I'm out here. I'm working just like everybody else is working, okay? We're going to grow this channel, okay? 100,000 subs is coming. believe you me, is coming. I'm going to figure this thing out, and then it's going to go boom. I guarantee you I'm going to figure this out. I'm not quitting. You ain't going to get rid of me. If I get sick, I'll leave. All right? I'll go behind the scenes and just drop whatever shorts and like I've been doing, and then I'll come back on here and I'm going to spaz. You already know me. But anyways, let me tell y'all this. We told y'all who Shador was. It was Shador and Cam. All right? The draft came, and a lot of y'all started going yabba dabba dabba yabba dabba do, right? Cam all of a sudden in your head got elevated so much higher than Shador. The conversation was like, oh my gosh, he's first round overall number one. So we could not even have a conversation. It was almost like Cam Ward has his talent level has surpassed Shador to the point where we couldn't even have a conversation no more. Jackson Dart, Archo, the guy from the Speak Easy podcast. He's been on so many shows. I don't even know what's happening anymore. Are they on the show? Do they have their own podcast? I don't know what's happening out there anymore. But I see them popping up everywhere. The night before the draft, I think that it was the night before, he came out with a Jackson Dart tape and says, this is the reason why you should like Jackson Dart. This is the reason why he's going to go number one or he's going to go first round. Out of nowhere. Who told him that? Why is it that we didn't get nothing from Jackson Dart and all of a sudden they threw Archo out there the night before and it was like one tape and it went viral. We was like, who is this dude? Who the heck is Jackson Dart? Now it's like in the Bible, like, hey, Moses I know, Jesus I know, and the devil's and the demon is like, I know these people, but who the heck is you? It was like that. It was like, yo, Cam I know, Shador I know, but who the heck is Jackson Dart? He's my quarterback now, right? Him and Cam Scottaboo are like, are best buds, and they're creating some really good chemistry, and they're creating some really good product out there. Yeah, the Broncos y'all beat us, but that's my team now, right? But because Jackson Dart and Cam Ward are playing, we're not going to ever look at Shador as the talent that we know that is right there with them, or even better. I know that Shador is better than Jackson Dart and Cam Ward. I know that for a fact. I tell y'all I know talent. The evaluation is going to be a little different. These guys are playing their first round, so the conversation is never going to be a football conversation. I can never get you into the nuanced conversations because your brains are all wired to think, oh, draft order, yada, yada, yada. We can't even talk because they're playing and they're putting up stats. And Shador is being ostracized. Y'all help me with some American words because I'm about to end. This African is about to get up out of here. He's being minimized, held back. All sorts of things is happening with Shador. So the evaluation is a little different. I don't want us to set Shador up because what we want is Shador to come in, and we're thinking Shador should be the savior or something, or his number should represent a franchise number. So let me guide y'all, and let me say this because I need to make sure that we have the right expectation for Shador, because something's going to happen, and I don't want to prophesy, but something's going to happen, and I want you to be ready for it. All right. Every time I say stuff like this, it happens. So this is where I want you to lean in and pay attention. Come closer to your phone if you're watching on your phone. If you're on your fridge, right? Get closer. We have to have the right expectations for Shador. Shador is not in a position where he has the organization's heart. I'm not the first person to say this part. Everybody knows, previous players and everybody, analysts that are not lazy analysts, they understand that in order for you to be successful as a quarterback, you need the entire organization behind you. Shador doesn't have that. So I'm speaking to the fan base. Be very careful how we position Shador to go out there, because something can transpire that can hurt Shador even more than what transpired in the preseason. We were all ready for this. Whichever hand you're using, I don't know which one we're using. I'm left-handed, so this is my left hand. Okay? We were all ready, and we knew the talent was there. I told y'all, Shador is better than Jackson Dart. Shador is a better quarterback than Cam Ward. Okay? Please, if you're a chess player, check that. Okay? Check me. I'm trying to tell you. He is. Forget about draft orders. Forget about everything about the NFL. I don't want to hear none of it. Don't even text me, DC. Forget about it. I'm just trying to tell you it is. Okay? But if we are not careful, they're going to do to him what they did to him, and I think it was the Rams, or I keep forgetting what team it was, that last game that they played, and that left a stink in our mouth. Right? Because the organization is not behind Shador all the way. So now, because Dillon Gabriel is not playing well, the same thing that they did to Flacco, they're going to try to do to Dillon Gabriel and put Shador in, but Shador is not their plan. And I hope you're hearing me clearly. Shador is not the Cleveland Browns fans. And watch Stefanski. Let me drink some water, guys. Excuse me. I'm not 100% yet. Mucus is still coming. All right? Please forgive me. Because Stefanski does not like Shador, I believe he's going to set Shador up. He's not going to give him everything he needs. But I think Shador is smart enough to understand now what it is. He didn't pick up the vibes that was going on with that last game. He didn't pick up the vibes. The way that Shador could have saved himself in that last game is to not do too much, like Panda said. Throw the ball away. If it wasn't there, just throw it away. Because he didn't want the analyst to say his QBR or his ratings was low or whatever. So he was trying to do something, make something out of nothing, and try to be a hero. If he would have just done some checkdowns, find short passes, did exactly what Dillon Gabriel is currently doing, Shador would have been fine. But he didn't pick up the vibes that was going on. So now, if we are ready for Shador and we're screaming Shador, 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 Shador does not have the heart of the organization. I don't even want Shador to be in Cleveland, to tell you the truth, because Cleveland does not have a plan for Shador. If Cleveland had a plan for Shador, you would have seen him already, because the question I asked you in the beginning of the show was, if the person that was behind Dillon Gabriel was not Shador, do you think we would have seen him already? My answer to that is yes, because Dillon Gabriel does not allow the Cleveland Browns offense to open up. The offense is being sheltered, it's being shielded by something. And it's usually the quarterback's abilities. So somebody is overcompensating for the lack of the ability that you need in the quarterback. I'll give you another example. Jackson Dart, my quarterback right now for the New York Giants. I don't remember the quote, but I think he either went to Brian and said, "Hey man, Debo, let me do a little something," or if Debo told him, "Hey yo, just let it flow." Something transpired, and they gave it a shot, and they realized, oh, he could do it. Stefanski and Dillon Gabriel don't have that. Somewhere, somehow, Stefanski don't trust Dillon Gabriel, and we know that Dillon Gabriel cannot throw the ball. If he throws it 35 yards to 45 yards, there's a possibility it may not make its target, and that would be a pick. That's why we don't see it often. That's why that offense cannot move. That's why the offense is not vibrant. It's not like they're losing games, but I guarantee you, if the offense was to trust Dillon Gabriel and they let him loose, you will start seeing more picks. The only problem is that the guys that are supposed to be getting the picks are not picking up the ball. They're dropping it. The ball is in your hand. How do you drop the ball? I don't know how they're doing it, how those DBs cannot catch. I don't care. It is what it is. But there's something going on where I know that if we have a quarterback competition and the guy that they benched Joe Flacco for is not getting the job done, they're losing games, and it just happened to win the last game, and now everybody's thinking that the Cleveland Browns have arrived, and the only reason why they won that game was because of the defense and the running back, that means your quarterback and the guy. And if your quarterback and the guy, by now, they would have tried the other guy if his name wasn't Shedeur Sanders. So now they're trying, like Love Move says, he's riding everything on Dillon Gabriel, and nobody knows why. I don't know why. But we have to be very careful how we position Shedeur, because I think that Kevin Stefanski is going to try to do Shedeur dirty because he wants us to have a bad taste in our mouths. Us, the fan base, and the media. So he can say, I told y'all this is the reason why I did not want to play him in the first place. He wasn't ready. You know, and I know that Shedeur is ready, but not to be coached by Stefanski. So we got to be very careful to temper our expectations for Shedeur going into that Kevin Stefanski offense, because Stefanski has it against him. He's going to set him up to fail. There is no chemistry between Stefanski and Shedeur Sanders. There's nothing. With Shedeur and Deion Sanders, dad and son, Shedeur was given the keys to the kingdom. Win, lose, or draw, failed, interception, no matter what, my son, I know you can play. If you make a mistake, forget it right away and go in. If Shedeur makes a mistake, Kevin Stefanski is not going to give him that same love that he needs so that he can succeed, because dad is not his dad and dad is not his coach. Stefanski is not Shedeur's coach. Technically it is, DC. I know. Objectives. The objective facts. I know. Technically he is. But Stefanski, is not Shedeur's coach. He is not on Shedeur's side. And he will set Shedeur up to lose. Because the second Shedeur makes a mistake, we already know what's going to happen. You know, and I know, for quarterbacks to thrive, the coach has to be on his side. So if you make a mistake, you have to forget, and I have to forget, because you teach me as a coach, you got to teach me to forget quickly. So the guy that's in your ear, that's talking to you, you need him not to get emotional and not to remember your last mistake. I'm saying this because I know it's going to happen. You need that guy, your coach, that's in your ear, the last guy that you get to hear before you say hike. That guy cannot remember your last mistake, because they teach quarterbacks to forget quickly. Basketball, any sport, if you mess up, don't worry about it, forget quickly. Let's move on to the next thing. Stefanski's not going to forget. You know how he's going to show it? He's going to start calling plays that are not in Shedeur's favorite. Or favor. I'm sorry, that's English. Forgive me, I'm African. So the playbook and the play calling is going to be changed because Stefanski thinks that Shedeur's not capable of doing something because of his last mistake. I think he's doing the same thing with Dillon Gabriel. But at least he likes Dillon Gabriel more than he likes Shedeur. But Stefanski is not going to forget Shedeur's mistakes. And he's going to start calling weird plays. So you will start seeing Shedeur trying out there to do something to make things happen because he's naturally a winner and he's a playmaker. He's going to try to make plays, but Stefanski's not going to be on his side. They're going to be separate mentally. And that's no winning solution for a player like Shedeur. So I don't know that you will ever see Shedeur thrive in Cleveland unless everything just turns around and he just starts doing it his own way and things will go his way. Those guys that are dropping balls right now, Shedeur starts to find them and then start catching the ball. And that's going to piss Stefanski off. It's going to piss him off. Because what's going to happen now when he starts being successful, everybody's going to forget Dillon Gabriel, and we're going to say, we told you so. So what do you think he's going to do as a coach, as a head coach? He's going to make Shedeur's job very hard. That's why I think we got to be very careful how we want Shedeur to be rolled out. We got to be very careful. Coach CJ said, nah, Kevin not going to intentionally mess with his QBs. That's not true. Because he intentionally messed Shedeur up for Dillon Gabriel in the last preseason game. And we know for a fact that he doesn't like Shedeur because he's been showing it all season. In times where Shedeur should get some reps, he's not putting Shedeur in the game. He's not. Shedeur should be getting some snaps because you know how I know? Because when Dillon Gabriel was backing up Joe Flacco, he got some reps. He did. Shedeur's number 2, but he's not going to see the field. Because, okay, they benched Joe Flacco for Dillon Gabriel. Dillon Gabriel is not number 1. Shedeur's number 2. You know when they told Shedeur that he was number 2? Friday night. And let me tell you something about the media. If you don't want nobody to know anything, if you don't want you want people to forget things or just kind of like push it under the rug, you do a media dump on a Friday night. He told Dillon Gabriel in the world that Dillon Gabriel was going to be taking over for Joe Flacco on a Monday. It was probably on a Sunday. So by Monday, we were getting Dillon Gabriel ready. The whole world knows Dillon Gabriel was already ready mentally. He was preparing. Shedeur did not know that he was number 2 to start getting ready until Friday night. That's how we know that Stefanski will mess with his quarterbacks. It's going to piss Stefanski off because the receivers caught the ball. Man, what man on Haas? Okay. I think King Smokey might be new around here. King Smokey, come up to the front. If you announce your QB2 to be if you wanted your QB2 to be your practice squad quarterback, when you had your third stringer sitting right there, and it was a natural move to just go from 3rd to 2 because your 2 was promoted to 1, so your 3rd becomes 2. If you made it a whole spectacle and you told Billy Zappi that, hey, we might be able to move you up, blah, 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 you wait all the way until Friday to promote your QB 3 to 2, which is a natural move, then something is going on there. Because the way that I view things on this channel and the things that I have been saying have been very accurate. So be very careful how you try to, come at me because you probably don't know me. Be very careful because I'm the same guy that said that Joe Flacco was not the guy. And I'm the same guy that said they're about to bench Joe Flacco for Dillon Gabriel. But this is not the right move. I'm that guy. Maybe you don't know me, but welcome to the show. Welcome to TLP Sports Club. TLP means the Liberian perspective. Liberia is in West Africa, West Side. And yes, I'm African, but this here football thing, I know it very well. So be very careful. I'm just trying to let you know. You know what I'm saying? You might not know me. Maybe you watched the show a few times. You see my face. But I'm just saying be very careful how you tread around here because I'm very accurate. I know what I'm talking about. You feel me? You smell me, son? Okay. So, yes, Kevin Stefanski will be pissed off because he's protecting his guy. His guy is Dillon Gabriel. Dillon Gabriel has not been panning out, and the world has been seeing that there is something going on with internally where Kevin Stefanski cannot open up his playbook the same way that he opened it up for Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco was playing fun football. Dillon Gabriel is not playing no fun football because you can't dink and dunk your way out of the daggone NFL. That's the way that the NFL goes. You dink and dunk, and then but the deep ball is a threat. It's always a threat. So you know those guys, they're not going to push up to the line and stay there because they know that, oh, there's a threat coming. There ain't no threat with Dillon Gabriel. So we know that Kevin Stefanski is going to bat for Dillon Gabriel because everything he's doing is to protect Dillon Gabriel. It's obvious he don't like Shedeur. It's obvious. If you don't see it yet, man, open your eyes. We thought maybe it was some type of conspiracy, something crazy. No, it's obvious now that he don't like Shedeur. You don't promote your practice squad guy over your QB3. Or why the heck would you give him millions of dollars and waste a roster spot for him? And the guy that did not make the roster, you want to promote him over your QB3 who made the roster, your 53-man roster. It wasn't until somebody in that organization says, hey, don't be stupid. If you do that, do you know what kind of message that's going to send? That the guy that did not make your active roster, who is preparing your guys, you're going to promote him over your QB3. It's not a good look. So he waited until Friday night when everybody was going to sleep, and he says, all right, your QB number 2. He don't like him. It's obvious. So, yes, anything. And the reason why Shedeur hasn't played yet, even though Dillon Gabriel has been playing mediocre, where if you know that Dillon Gabriel is playing mediocre, the guy that's next to him, if he was anybody other than Shedeur Sanders, he would have already been in the game. At least in the fourth quarter, you're like, all right, this game is out of reach. Ain't nothing else going to happen. Let me see what Shedeur got. He ain't going to do it because he knows that anytime Shedeur does anything good, it's going to dominate the media. And he don't want that. He don't know how to handle the media when it comes to the superstar Shedeur Sanders. He's not just a superstar. He's actually good at football. So Shedeur Sanders gets 1 minute, goes out there and throws one pass, and it's a 50-yard pass in his car. That's a positive thing, and he knows that will be everything that the media was talking about. ESPN is going to run that, all right? Fox Sports is going to run that. Everybody, Yahoo Sports is going to run that. I'm going to run it. Everybody and their mama going to run it, and that's all we're going to talk about. Ain't nobody going to talk about anything else. And that's why I said he will be pissed off if Shedeur goes in those games and starts to do good, because that's all everybody's going to talk about. He knows it. So you want to try again? You want to try again? Because I told you, not around here. Not around here, my guy. That's how it goes. TLP, I'm not new here. I'm picking you, Gabriel, man. Man, move for here, man. Big guys got to come and slap you, man. Oh, man, stop playing with me, man. I'll just be the. Man, watch you. I love your Reds, but this right here is not. I just say, what? My man. Oh, man, I didn't know you, man, look. Come on, dude. Like, tell the truth. Stefanski does not like Shedeur. It's not no conspiracy theory. We're all pushing and nothing like that. All right, like it's none of that. It's obvious. Like the way he's moving is not regular NFL moves. All right. Jackson Dart was first round, but Jackson Dart got opportunities. All right. And the way that the NFL works is like, look, man, what we do, what we like to see is we like to see competition. We like to see the best man play. In Cleveland, the best person is not playing, and it's obvious. It has nothing to do with the fact that we like Shedeur. At this point, Dillon Gabriel isn't moving the ball down the line, and the playbook is not open. Let's just say to heck with it. Forget about Shedeur. Let's just say you just love football, and you're now in Cleveland because of Shedeur. We're here. We ain't getting Shedeur anyway. We just want to see fun football. Can you truthfully tell me that what you're seeing with Dillon Gabriel is fun football? Can anybody out there tell me what you're seeing with Dillon Gabriel? Okay, let me pause for a second. Not the diehard Cleveland fans, all right? Not like Jimmy Cleveland. Not like the diehard that would just anything positive is, oh my gosh, oh, I've been having a great time. Like, not those guys. I'm talking about just regular football fans that like football, but they like football in a way where football is fun. You know, at least when Joe Flacco was here, you knew the ball was going to go a little further than 10 yards, you know, or 9 yards or 8 yards. You knew that was football, right? Like, we'll dink and dunk, and then next you know, there's one flying down the field, and you're like, oh my gosh, if he catches it, it's a wrap, like that. That kind of football. You're telling me that Dillon Gabriel is that guy? If he's not doing that, the guy next to him, if he wasn't Shedeur Sanders, you're telling me we wouldn't have seen him already? Can anybody out there tell me that the way Dillon Gabriel's been playing, he's been playing good enough to where if the guy that was behind him that we haven't seen all year, if his name was not Sanders, that we wouldn't have seen him already? Can anybody be truthful about that? There are no more gimmies on the schedule, Charles. Charles, you know that's unsustainable. Okay. What do you say? Who's Charles? Okay, Charles Matson, 3169. Dillon Gabriel never had gimme. Cincinnati is fun to watch over the Browns. I wonder why they're fun to watch, because they got the Cleveland Browns starting quarterback. That was sad about the Dolphins. TLP, not new. Okay, my man, my picking that. My man, lead with that, man. You got me here talking all that series for nothing. What wrong you about? Dillon Gabriel is QB1 for a reason. This is what I like. Dillon Gabriel is QB1 for a reason. And I've been on here sweating and trying to tell you what the reasons are. Stefanski likes Dillon Gabriel, and he chose Dillon Gabriel in those meetings, and if he doesn't get it right, then he's gone. He's fired. That is the only reason. But Charles, if you cannot answer this question, like be honest with me, Charles Matson. Be honest with me. Because you're in the crowd of, or you're in the choir of, Dillon Gabriel is QB1 for a reason, but at least you've seen 3 games with Dillon Gabriel. Let's be frank. Let's just talk. I don't know if you're a man or a woman or Charles. Charles is a man, right? Okay. Man to man. Football fan to football fan. Even though I think I'm a little bit, when it comes to football analysis, I feel like I'm a little bit higher, but I don't know you. Even some of the people that I do know that's been watching football, DC, has been watching football for a long time. I'm a little... I'm sorry, DC. I know you're going to get me in the text, but go ahead and get me. I don't care. Okay? But look, listen. So you're in the choir of Dillon Gabriel is a QB1 for a reason. All right? We've tried to tell y'all the reasons, but y'all not buying it. So, okay, fine. Whatever your reason is, he's QB1 for a reason. He was drafted number 3 for a reason. All right? I like Fufu and Soup again for a reason, even though I hated him for 10 years. I like Liberian food for a reason. Oh, man. So tell me, answer this question. Riddle me this. And be Charles, look at me, okay? Please hear me out. Man to man, mano y mano, talk to me here. Be very truthful. I'm going to ask you this last question, and then I'm out of here. If Dillon Gabriel's number 2, Shedeur Sanders, if his name was not Sanders, can you truthfully tell me that the way that Dillon Gabriel is playing would have not cautioned you to want to see that other guy play? Or if he wouldn't have been in the game already, if his name was not Sanders? Please answer that question now. Wait before I leave. You don't know me. I know Charles. I don't know you. Come on, Charles. Play along, man. Play along. Don't get personal. Don't take it personal. All right, come on. Just play along, Charles. I'm a good guy. Okay, I ain't trying to son you or nothing like that. Even though I think I know better than you, but still, just play along, okay? I don't know you, but you don't know me. You're going to spit it out. I spit it out. I spat it out already. So go ahead. Answer the question. I'm going to wait, Charles. I don't know you. You don't know me, but there may be a delay. I'm sure there's a delay. He's saying today. Okay, so there's a delay. There's obviously a delay. So DG can't accurately throw the deep ball. That's Coach JC. JC, don't give him no clues. I want Charles Matson to do this on his own. The question is out there. If the number 2 was not named Shedeur Sanders, is DG playing good enough to where we wouldn't have seen the second guy, or if he wouldn't have played yet? Charles, I'm waiting for you. There may be a delay, so that's probably why you haven't gotten it yet. Because I think I've asked the question already. I'm still waiting. It's a very simple answer. You don't have to give me an elaborate breakdown or nothing like that. Just tell me yes or no. Is Dillon Gabriel playing good enough to where we wouldn't have seen number 2 yet? If his name was not Shedeur Sanders. Be honest with me. Just be honest. Forget about the whole, oh, you're glazing for Shedeur. Forget about all of that. I'm just saying, if Shedeur Sanders was not that guy, do you think that Dillon Gabriel is playing good enough to where you wouldn't have been curious as a Cleveland Browns fan to see what's next? I'm waiting so I can go. Because the whole idea is, oh, he must be good because he's playing, right? Jackson Dart is way better than Shedeur because he's playing. Oh, Cam Ward is number 1 overall, so there's a reason why he was, and Shedeur was number 5. Yeah, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, if that's how y'all do things, then yeah, then you got it. Then y'all win. How much is Cleveland paying Dillon Gabriel? How much are they paying 12? 6 and 4. Let me not say 6-7 before I wake up my son. 6 and 4. 6 milli, 4 milli. That's one take, shawty. DG can't. Where is Charles? Is Charles gone to bed? Okay, here goes Charles. Negative. I think it's Shedeur's performance that's got him drafted in the 5th round. I also think it was his preseason performance that is the reason he isn't QB1. He's there because he is a Sanders. Okay, so let me answer this and then I'm out of here. I'll keep it up. I don't know what you mean by negative though. The question was, I don't know if you're answering the question or not. So give me another answer and tell me yes or no. Is Dillon Gabriel playing good enough to where if the person behind him, if his name was not Shedeur Sanders, we wouldn't have seen him already? So yes, if he's playing good enough. I'm going to address this part right here, but I want to know specifically, you're saying yes, Dillon Gabriel is playing good enough that we wouldn't have cared about the guy behind him if his name was not Shedeur Sanders. Does anybody else out there understand the question? Can y'all just answer it for Charles? Love Moves is even typing it up for you. The question, football, if the QB2 wasn't named Sanders, is Dillon playing good enough to keep you as a Browns fan from wanting to see your QB2? I thought that Love Moves, I'm telling you, like, I got to have you on this panel because. All right, so G Wolf says no. Okay, that's one person that says no. I thought the question was simple. Even Love Moves got it. I mean, she even typed out the whole thing, you know. And then somebody's coming at him with the dwarf thing. All right, so that's Adam. Excuse me, I gotta get rid of some mucus. My screen's gonna go blank for a second. Please forgive me. I have to do that because I'm the only person on the screen. If I have the panel, I can do that. All right, so Charles is not answering the question. So I gotta move on. But let me address what he says. I think Shador's performance that got him drafted in the 5th round. Shador's performance got him drafted in the 5th round? So Clarence Shannon says no. Charles says 31-6 is a win. Maybe Charles is in Indonesia or somewhere, and we're having a real hard delay, like a strong delay. 31-6 is a defense in a running back win. I stay in Cleveland. Dillon is garbage. Dillon isn't garbage. He's not garbage because he's at least, he's not garbage, but yeah, Shador's better. See, one take says Dillon's job would be in jeopardy if 12 wasn't on the team. So people are answering, Charles. People are answering it. They understand this question. People understand the question I'm asking, but let's deal with what you're saying. I think it's a Shador's performance that got him drafted in the 5th round. Okay, so you just exposed yourself. You did not watch Shador's performance. All right, that's obvious because his performance is what the pundits and the draft experts were making him 1st round. So you didn't watch his performance because you said I think. All right, so that's obvious. I think it's Shador's performance that got him drafted in the 5th round. That is a negatory. Everybody knows that. Like, that's not even a glazed type of thing. Shador's college performance actually got him to be 1st round. The reason why he built that little room and everything, he was ready to celebrate and everything, that's because of his performance. His performance was going to be 1st round. That they were thinking that he was going to be number 1 overall. It was going to be Cam Ward, Shador, 1 and 2. Those 2 were already ready. I got a clip on my page, my YouTube page, right, where Cam Ward said it himself. He said we were thinking it was going to be us, 1-2. The number 1 overall is saying this about the guy that you're saying he's a 5th round. The number 1 overall quarterback is saying that. And there's nobody that you can find, nobody in the media that knows football that you can find that can tell you that his performance was 5th round performance. So we debunked that. That's a wrap. All right, what's the next one? I also think, and then when you're saying I think, that means that you're not really that strong on the subject matter. So I'm going to give you a little bit of grace because I'm a man of God. I don't like to go in too much with somebody who's maybe not too keen on the subject matter. Then that's not fair because maybe you're not really you're not all the way in. Maybe you're like a fair weather fan. You pick your head up. You're probably a busy person. You probably work hard for your money. You make a lot of money. You drive a nice car. You have a nice girl. You got you got nice things in life, and you ain't got time for all of this like we do. So you pick your head up every now and then when you're not making all that money. And then you're like, all right, son, I just watch. So that's why you're using words like I think. So that's what I think, okay? But if you got some good money, man, hey, send some to me. But I think you make a lot of money and you ain't got time for all of this like we do. That's why you're saying I think. Then you say I also think it was his preseason performance that is the reason he isn't QB1. Also, let's break that down. That is incorrect. Because if you remember the preseason, right? Let's go all the way back to the team activities. All right? The team activities. From the team activities, where everybody had to be there. The pundits and the Cleveland people, G. Bush and everybody, they had Shador in front. Right? Everybody. We go to rookie minicamp. Everybody, they got Shador in front. You follow me so far, Charles? Okay. The preseason, the practices and everything, everybody got Shador in front. So follow me. Everybody, I'm talking about the Cleveland media themselves. Okay? I know you make a lot of money, possibly, and you ain't got time for this, but the people that do, you got to trust them at a certain point. You got to trust them. You can't just trust the big media because they're lazy. They don't follow this thing as much as we do. We eat crumbs, okay? We're at the bottom. Like 20 subs, 20,000 subs, okay? We're at the bottom. We're like low-hanging fruit. So you know we got time for this. We're paying attention to everything. We eat and sleep everything. We have to. Our life, our subs are dependent upon it. So we have to read everything. At least I do. So preseason. So okay, we went back to OTAs. That's team activities, right? And then we went to rookie mini camps. Shador's number 1 OTAs. Shador's number 2 or number 1 rookie mini camps. And then we come to the preseason and all the practices. The entire Cleveland media team, with not Mary Kay, because she came out day number 1 talking about Shador was slow. I don't know where she got that from. Like, with nothing going on, she said Shador's slow. And some of us in the media, and I'm a media guy, and I'm a football guy, so I'm like, hold up, that don't make no sense. How she know? How she know Shador's slow? We ain't even done nothing yet. We ain't gone nowhere. How is it day number 1 she said he's slow? Day number 1 he's slow? I said, no. I said, oh, they're starting to set this up. So anyways, Shador is number one preseason. Dillon Gabriel plays first. He messes up. Shador comes and plays after that, right? Remember they got hurt and everything, right? Shador plays and he does well. He plays first. He does well. Okay? This is when we got this. Let me use this other hand. This is when we got the watch thing. All right? And Nike was about to go bonkers. I said this in the beginning of the show. Nike was about to go nuts. Stefanski saw that. And he said, oh, no, we ain't going to have that. Right? The last preseason game, Stefanski pulled the first team. He gave Dillon Gabriel the first team, and they played. Dillon Gabriel did the same thing he's doing right now in the last 3 games. Exactly the same thing, except without the touchdown. Right? The same thing. He's dinking and dunking, and he's doing whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like Dunkin' Donuts. He's taking his donuts, dunking it into coffee. That's it. All he's doing. That's all he's doing. All right? I mean, how much can you watch? That's all he's doing. Right? Okay. We get that. The push Shador in, this is game number 2 now, because you don't judge the entire thing based on one game. Dillon Gabriel messed up one game. Shador messed up one game. So how is it that Shador went from OTAs being number 1 all the way through? They both messed up on one game each. And it did well 1 game each. So if you are an evaluator, let's say your company, because you make a lot of money, I'm only assuming you make a lot of money, but let's say your company put y'all into some type of gauntlet or some type of competition. And you passed all of the interviews from the OTAs to the rookie mini camp to the preseason, the scrimmages and everything, and everybody's like, oh, the entire media, everybody at the company picnic, and everybody saying, oh, you the one. And then you mess up one time, and it happened to be the last time that they were going to use to evaluate you. So that last time you messed up truncates, if that's a good English word for y'all, trumps, I don't want to use Trump, truncates, takes everything and wipes out everything from the OTAs all the way to the time that you did good and you did this and Nike was about to go crazy. That one time you messed up wipes everything away. Dillon Gabriel messed up one time, and now he's QB number 2. Where they do that at? Tell me where they do that at. So I understand that maybe you're not, like you said, I think, right? And you said he's there because he's a Sanders. First of all, we know that he's not there because he's a Sanders. That's a fact. So if you didn't watch him in college and you didn't follow anything because you were too busy making money, right? Living that lavish life, driving Porsches on the west side of New York, the West Side Highway, where you got the water and you got all, you're driving Porsche with the top down because you got money, I'm assuming, and you ain't got time for none of this. Then I'm probably one of those dudes that you probably don't want to do this with because I don't have a lot of money and my livelihood is dependent upon this. So I got to eat and sleep everything. So this ain't what you want. You feel me, Charles? You feel what I'm going with this? So that was not even a cook. I'm not even cooking you. I'm baking you right now. All right? Minnesota ranked number 3 defense and Pittsburgh ranked number 1 pass rush. Charles, you don't want this. Shador does have slow feet, drifts in the pocket, and uncomfortable under center. I followed it. You didn't follow it, my guy. Oh, I'm delusional. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. So you followed all of that whole timeline. The media and everybody saying that Shador was number. Let's go back to the draft. Everybody's saying that Shador was round 1 at least. You follow all of that, and you still think that his performance in college. Come on, what are we talking about? I think I'm dealing with somebody different here. Sacked 94 times in 2 years, and it's not legendary. Oh, you on talking points. You don't want this. I don't think Charles likes Shador's cars and necklace. You making too much money, bro. Like, yo, my chain is fake. Yours is probably real. This one is fake, and the watch is fake. Yours is probably real. You're too busy making money. You're not really tapped into this like I am, and I don't want to do it to you because I'm a man of God. I don't want to gloat. I don't want to boast. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to give you grace. You're not really doing this like, you don't do it like I do because I'm trying to come up. So, Charles, we're going to leave it there, bro. We got to leave it there. It's 8:39. I got to be getting to bed because I got to go to that job. You feel me? Sack that. Steelers number 1 pass rush because Dillon was smacked 6 times. That does help the records. When I used to live in DC in the DMV, every time that a team would come to town, we would make them look like superstars, and then they'll go off and they'll go play another team, and you're like, wait, but that's the team that just smacked us and gave us 100 points. And get this, let me leave you with this, Charles. If you want to drop stats, the Cleveland Browns, their starting quarterback in the season for the season, they traded them to Cincinnati. The Cleveland Browns promoted their second string quarterback, whose name is Dillon Gabriel, because they thought that Dillon Gabriel was better than that quarterback, whose name is Joe Flacco, right? The Steelers played the Cleveland Browns, and the Steelers stole Dillon Gabriel's heart and his chain and everything he had on him, and they left him dry. But here is the kicker. The guy that they benched Joe Flacco for, I mean, the guy that they benched for Dillon Gabriel, his name is Joe Flacco. He went to the Cincinnati Bengals. He went and played those same Steelers, those same Pittsburgh Steelers, and he beat them. You see how that works? If you missed it, let me rewind it a little bit. Let me rewind it to the good part. The guy that they benched, Dillon Gabriel, came in for the guy, right? That same guy, the team that smoked Dillon Gabriel, that same guy came back and beat that Pittsburgh Steelers team. And if that doesn't do it for you, then I got nothing else. like let that sink in. Let that simmer with you. Right? Because Dillon Gabriel was supposed to be better than Flacco. That's why they benched Flacco. So Dillon Gabriel got sacked so many times by the Steelers, it made them, it boosted them to the #1 rushing team in the NFL because they beat Dillon Gabriel so bad. But then the guy that was supposed to be worse than Dillon Gabriel went to the other team. He was traded to the competition, and he went and beat the team that sacked Dillon Gabriel so much. Good night, guys. Flacco got a better line and receivers in Cincinnati. Here we go. Give that guy a thumbs up, somebody. Give that guy a thumbs up. I think he's on the right track. And somebody tell him that there's a goalpost that's always moving. Good night, guys. I love y'all, man. Look, thanks for your support. Hey, Charles, man, look, you've been a good sport. You didn't say anything derogatory. You hung in there. You tried your best. You brought stats. We didn't get into a cussing match. I think you're a stand-up dude. And like that's what this channel is all about. You can challenge me. We do whatever. As long as we keep it, you know what I'm saying? We keep it 100. We keep it, respectful. I always battle you. Come back next time you see me live. Hey, love moves. Charles, salute my brother. Adam, DC Carson, he said, no, Harry B. All things are equal. The Bengals have a better O-line and the best receiver in the game. Yeah. All things are equal. You got it. Y'all won. That's right. That's how it works. And then they went and got the worst quarterback. That's the part you're not missing. Or that's the part you're missing. They went and got the worst quarterback. And all of a sudden he's supposed to be good, right? They went and got the worst quarterback. Remember, he's not good enough for the Cleveland Browns. He was benched and traded. The worst quarterback. And all of a sudden, why y'all walking the line? Like you're not getting it? Oh, now they got the best O-line? Really? All right, man. Y'all take care, man. God bless y'all. Thank you. Tim, my guy, salute to you. Salute to everybody, D-Square. Salute to everybody that's in the chat, man. Look, man, I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. I'll be back with another one. You know what I'm saying? You can love both Shador and Dillon. Never. You can't. It's like mixing tabagi. What, you can't mix tabagi with anything. It's like mixing tabagi and like other food from Liberia. Like you can't do it, bro. You know what I'm saying? You cannot have a small person. You can't. No, you cannot mix. No, man, no. Or it's like a Liberian loving Nigerian jollof over Liberian jollof, or Ghanaian jollof over Liberian jollof. There's no way. It just doesn't work. Everybody in the world knows that Liberia is the best jollof. And we're not messing with no Ghanaian or Nigerian jollof. Like, it just doesn't make sense for me to like Dillon Gabriel and Shador at the same time. Where they do that at? He's from Oregon. Shador is and Dan Lanning. Shador is from Colorado. and Deion Sanders and like the Buffaloes. Like we can't, like, you know what I'm saying? Like they play for clicks and views, and we play for substance. What they do that at? Come on, man. Like I told you, you make too much money, Charles. You're not paying attention. You're not paying attention, Charles. Charles, my God, you're not paying attention. You can't be a Colorado fan and a Dan Lanning fan together. It doesn't work. It's like being a Nebraska fan and a Colorado fan. Like, where they do that at, bro? You're not paying attention. Sports is all about rivalries. Come on, my guy. Charles, I thought you said you follow this stuff. Somebody please get Charles. Well, is it DNA that says that in battle rap? Somebody please get Charles to creep up out of here. Let me put this nonsense on the board. You don't got me out of pocket. Charles just lied to us this entire time. Charles says you can love Dillon Gabriel and Shador at the same time. Where they do that at? That's a rival, my guy. That's Oregon and that's Colorado. Dan Lanning, Deion Sanders. We can't. Come on, man. Oh my God. All right, good night, Charles. You said, what am I talking about? What am I talking about? You don't follow this stuff, bro. Do you know anything about Nebraska and Colorado's rivalry? Do you know anything about Dan Lanning and Deion Sanders? Dillon Gabriel was the quarterback of the Oregon Ducks, my guy. We don't do that. All right? They play for substance, all right? And we play for clicks and views. Come on, my guy. Good night, man. Somebody get Charles to creep up out of here. Good night. I'm out. Oh my gosh. What?